In this video, I'm going to break down a trade I took live this morning. Within 30 minutes, we netted $670 on our 50K Topstep account. It was all done using ICT's 2022 fair value gap model. Well, a variation of it at least. I've modified the strategy to suit my own trading style and I use it every day. It's worked out profitable for me. So we'll break down the trade. First, before we get into the video, I'm going to play a condensed live replay version of the actual trade as it happened live. If you want to skip the replay and just get straight to the analysis, I'll put a timestamp right here. Just skip to this time right here. Do it. Wait for a gap. If this makes another fair value gap and we drop down lower, I'm gonna get an entry here on the retest. For now, I'll put in a limit order here. There's our limit order. I'm feeling pretty good about the downside movement. It's touched that fair value gap, bounced around, come back down. So I'm taking this trade here because it's in my zone of interest and the market structure has shifted on the 3-minute, and it's still by my gap here. So as long as I'm near the fair value gap, I'm still happy to take the trade. Obviously, I'm looking at the downside here, potentially coming back to this new week opening gap. So I've got a limit order here, waiting for that fair value gap to form, which it has. We're a bit high now, so I could move it down, and stop loss just above the high of the candle here. I'll probably close it early if price comes up higher. I was waiting for the zone to be hit since yesterday, so this is where I said I'd take a trade, so that's what I'm going to do. Stop loss is above the high of the gap, the candle gap on the high of this candle here. Just going to aim for probably this swing low to be taken out at this stage, and I keep a mental stop once we hit 5 handles as well. That's my regular target, but I do believe price is at least going to take this swing low. So man, starting off hot today. just going live, taking our first trade. Thank goodness. Yesterday was terrible, painful to watch price yesterday. Okay, so we've got our 5 handles. I'm just going to keep an eye on this. Okay, I don't want it to come back up and give me less than 5 handles. It's trying to drop. At least the low is taken out. It's a good sign. Let's just wait to see what happens. This is the worst part of trading. I'm just waiting to see what happens. At least we're kind of on side for now. I'm just worried about how price action's been quite uncertain, but we're looking good. The low was taken out. I'm looking for a drop down to here. Just gotta notice the emotions, notice the nerves, and let it go. There's our 5 handles. It's going down more. Good boy. Can never be 100% certain, but it only makes sense. Once that low is hit, I'm out, guys. I'm not gonna let it run any longer. I'm gonna move to break even because I'm at my 5 handles, and I honestly doubt if we're gonna continue downward. I doubt that it's gonna come all the way back up. So I'm just sit risk free now. My analysis telling me we're gonna take out this swing low here. Let me tell you, I do feel the emotion right now. I feel the pressure, but every part of me wants to just close this off while it's in profit, but I've got to wait for it to hit my target. Yeah, it's come down. It's touched this 1-minute fair value gap. Let's see how if it can push through there and come to our swing low. I'm wanting to see it push through right here. And look, here we go. Going for our area. We're going to move stops to this swing high. I doubt price will come back here, just so we're risk-free. So I can ease my emotion and keep my finger off the trigger, let it fall down. This is how I got my $1,200 on the 50K account first week. Had no losing days. So just following the plan. And no, I'm not going to exit the trade now. Waiting for the blue line to be taken out, and it will be. Swing low down here. Keep my finger on the close button. And we are done. $670 booked. It might drop further, but I don't really care. That's me. That's my trade. That's some live execution there, folks. That's exactly the plan I've been following, and it works. It works. It's nerve-wracking, but it works. Oh, got to work out. Got the post-trade shakes. I never don't feel the emotions of being in a trade. I never don't feel them, but it's just learning to manage them better. And I have to not be too happy now. That was all part of the plan. Here in the charts now, so I start on the 15-minute time frame every day. What I do, I mark out my fair value gap. So what happened was yesterday we marked out a fair value gap here and a fair value gap here. So within this range, we were waiting for price to either reach the upper fair value gap to short or the lower fair value gap to go long. And I've got my new week opening gap marked out over here as well. So what happened? Nothing happened yesterday. The price just bounced around the new week opening gap. So we left the stream with no trades that day. But then this morning, when we got onto the PM session, which is when I start my live streams, I saw that price was in this zone of interest here in the upper fair value gap on the top part of this range. So the reason I took this trade, if we go in, and you can see that price came up to the fair value gap, went just above it, came back down, then came up to retest it before the short. So this is why we took this area as a short. So if we go down to the 3-minute chart and have a look a bit closer, and I will show you my execution label here as well, so you can see where I took the trade. So you can see that we shorted right here. We entered a sell contract right here and rode the move down to here. Now you might ask, why did I take profit here? Well, with my strategy at the moment, I'm just going for the lowest hanging fruits. I was going for this most recent significant swing low, which was here. So that's the first one I was taking. There's a lot of bullish momentum, so I wasn't sure about holding it all the way down. But if I had held it all the way down, that would have been a $1,700 move down to here, and then over $2,000 if it went into this new week opening gap if I held it there. But I got out in 30 minutes, got away with $670, and I'll show you why we took this trade here. So if you look on the 3-minute chart, after price came up, there was no short to be taken here because I didn't see a change in shift in market structure, okay? I only take trades after the price touches these 15-minute fair value gaps if I see a shift in market structure first. So no trades here. Price went up, still going bullish, as you can see, higher low, higher high, and then as soon as it passed the fair value gap, it started to break down, and we made, what do we make? Lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and this is where we entered. So I could have entered over here, but I waited until we took out this low here. And here's the fair value gap. If we just take away the 15-minute fair value gap, here is what caused me to enter on the 3-minute time frame. So we have a gap here, fair value gap on the 3-minute chart, and this low was taken out. So, and there was a displacing candle here. What we did, we entered a limit order just above this wick with our stop loss at the high of this candle. And as you can see, price came up, but the bodies respected the fair value gap. The wick came up. Luckily, our stop loss at the high of the candle to give it enough breathing room. And then the body closed here, and then we just proceeded to fall off even further, taking out the low, taking out my target, netting $670 profit in 30 minutes. And some people who are watching live held the trade even longer, and they were able to go down, 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 all the way down to here. And that would have netted an even bigger trade, but that is too ballsy for me right now. I'm going for the low-hanging fruit, and that's where I'm going to leave it at for now. And hey, you can't be mad with $670. So I'm not going to break down all the trades from my live streams every day, but this was the one and only trade I took today, and a lot of people were asking for this to be broken down as to why we entered. And I'll just show you as well. Another reason why this was an A+ setup is because this run up here, I'm going to jump on the 15-minute chart, this run up here took out the liquidity resting just above the old swing here. So as you can see, boom, swept liquidity, and down we go. So there was two confluences there. We had a 15-minute fair value gap. We had a major swing high, the swing high of this entire range, and then a market structure shift. So if you were ballsy, you could have made more on that trade, but me, I'm going home smiling with my $670. And if you're interested in watching us trading live every single morning from 12:30 p.m. EST, trading the afternoon session using ICT's concepts mixed in with my own refinement. So that's that. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.